Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Watch this video or you're gonna be missing out on content that expires in July. And when it's gone, it's gonna make you cry. Hello and welcome to Stream On, the show that keeps you up to date on everything happening on your favorite streaming platforms. Well, it's time to fire up Netflix and stay in for a movie night because there is some content that you won't want to miss out on before it expires in July. That's right, I've got my top 5 options of what you should watch the next few days before it expires from Netflix. And it's a pretty diverse little list, a little something for everybody. Up first is the 2002 Michael Moore documentary Bowling for Columbine, which leaves Netflix on July 1st. Although it's 13 years old by this point, this movie still holds relevance today. This movie deals with the 1999 Columbine High School shooting and the state of the gun culture in America at that time, and just how easy it is for these weapons to get into the wrong hands. Because of the recent shooting in Charleston, South Carolina, and the frequent shootings that we have to hear about here in America, this is clearly still an issue that still needs to be taken care of. Bowling for Columbine won the Academy Award for Best Feature-Length Documentary the year that it was released, and although there is some dated content in it, like how video games and rock music were used as scapegoats for teen violence at this time, even though I think now we all can agree that we have a lack of adequate treatment for our fellow Americans that suffer from mental illnesses, this is still a fantastic documentary and I highly recommend you check it out before July 1st. If you're in the mood for something a little different and want to watch some stand-up comedy, the Louis C.K. stand-up special Hilarious will be leaving Netflix on July 1st. This is some classic Louis C.K. material where he talks about his sex life after divorce, his home life with his kids, and also I think this is where the term white people problems was coined. It's the first time I remember hearing it, which really encompasses anything people from a first world country complain about or take for granted that anybody in a third world country would see as a miracle. Things like smartphones and cell phone service and airplane travel. Or maybe you're more in the mood for a historical drama. Well, the 1970 film Patton will be leaving Netflix on July 1st. This is a film starring George C. Scott as the General George S. Patton, and this film won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, and Best Screenplay, co-written by none other than Francis Ford Coppola. For my action film buffs, Terminator 2 Judgment Day leaves Netflix on July 1st, which coincidentally is the same day that the new Terminator movie, Terminator Genesis, arrives in cinemas. So this is a great way to watch the best film of the franchise before seeing the new film in movie theaters. This is Arnold at his most iconic, and little known fact, this movie actually won 4 Oscars. No, not for Schwarzenegger's acting, but for categories like visual effects, sound editing, and makeup. And finally, the Ang Lee martial arts film Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon leaves Netflix on July 4th. This is also a multi-Academy Award winning film in categories like Best Foreign Language Picture and Best Cinematography. In case you weren't aware, Netflix is producing and releasing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2, which is set to come out later this year. Now, I don't know if the original film will be back on Netflix closer to the release of the sequel, but my theory is that the distributor of the original film tried to hike up the price that Netflix would have to pay to carry the license of the movie, knowing that there would be more interest in it closer to the release of the sequel, and Netflix was like, "Oh, we don't play that." But in case Netflix does not get it back, it looks like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon will stay on Amazon Prime and Crackle for the foreseeable future. Okay, so that is my list of the 5 things you need to watch on Netflix before they expire in July. An honorable mention in case you're in the mood for animation, XMen Evolution will be leaving Netflix on July 1st. This is a series that was released in the early 2000s in between the first 2 Bryan Singer movies, and I really enjoyed this when it first came out. I love how they adapted the characters Kitty Pryde and Nightcrawler in addition to all of my X-Men favorites, so definitely check that out. Also keep your eyes peeled for the next video, which is the new content coming to our favorite streaming platforms in July. Until I see you next time, stream on, stream on, stream